this is Kaylin. Welcome to another video in the Home Accessibility series. Today I'm going to be talking about toasters and what to look for when purchasing an accessible toaster. So previously my family and I had a very old toaster that had a lot of inaccessibility problems that made it very frustrating to use. So when this toaster sadly died, we purchased a lovely new toaster, and we were looking for quite a few accessibility features to make it more easy to use independently. So this is that new toaster. I'm going to talk about a few things that the old toaster did not have that this has, and how this is fully usable without any bump dots or any accessibility tools. So first of all, the other toaster had a dial, just like this one. For my blind audience, there is a dial that you can set your heat level and durations, basically the severity of the toasting to. This is important when you're switching between, say, bread or an English muffin or a waffle and something like a bagel, which is thicker and needs more toasting power. So this dial goes all the way from like 0 to, I typically keep it at around 4 for bread and 6 for bagels. I like things burnt, so that's definitely a personal preference. One thing that the previous dial did not have is it did not have any sort of indication as to which side of the knob was the active dial one. This one has a tiny little bump dot that's natively built into this device. The previous one did not. It was kind of a flat circular knob, and you kind of just had to know which side was facing the dial, and because it was, again, a circular knob, you weren't even deciding between two. You had no chance of guessing. And also it had an electronic display, so as you would turn the knob, it would switch between values without any sort of geographical placement. Here, I know that 1 is all the way on the leftmost side of the toaster. If I was using a clock, 1 is kind of at 9 o'clock, and my favorite 6 is at about 3 o'clock, and 12 o'clock is kind of about 3 or 4. Again, this is a very rough estimate, and you don't need to know specifics because this is a toaster. It's not that detailed. But the previous one, if you turned it even like a tiny fraction of an angle, it would jump all the way to 6, meaning that I would completely scorch my bagel or whatever the heck I wanted because it would just jump so fast. Now, the issue with the previous one is that they also had a whole bunch of other buttons. This one only has a cancel button and a bagel button. And a bagel button. So I know that cancel is on the left, bagel is on the right. It's super simple. And then of course we have the popping toaster lever here that you can push down to have your bagel or your toast get cooked. So this toaster is far more accessible, and I can use this dial fully independently, whereas the previous one, I could either run the gambit of my toast being either undercooked or completely scorched, or I can ask for fully sighted assistance, which is what I ended up doing, but it's, again, we want to be fully independent, so this is an amazing option. Definitely look for dials that are fully mapped to physical locations, simple buttons, and a basic lever. Look for the most basic design possible. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful.